Wednesday, before you leave for your trip, can you come join us? We will do a gear check. Can I have somebody checking me off the list as we go? Ella, come on up. So I have a copy of our gear list. If you need a copy, I have paper copies in English and in Spanish. You can just use your finger. And then we can go, let's go like this, let's go. Sound good? Okay. Please listen. On the Wednesday before you leave for your trip, you need to bring all of your things to school. We will have gear all over our classroom on Wednesday. We will come together and you will find a partner and you will check off everything on your list. Once your checklist is done, one of the adults that is here to support us will need to check you off again. We are going to make sure that I didn't forget anything because it's really easy to remember to bring something on Thursday to add to my pack. And it's also really helpful to say, hey, I'm gonna need to take these things home, so I need to remember to bring them back on Monday. Monday feels a little bit crazy, remembering all of the things that you need. If you leave things over the weekend for us, we have people who will be driving their personal vehicles who will load your stuff up, and maybe you'll even help load that gear up on Thursday when we do all of our food packing, and then hopefully we can put everything into cars. So it will make things go a lot smoother on Monday. Mardell.
What if, should we write our, if we have
Your bags or your things. So if you have loose things, we'll just write your last name on that. That way we know whose stuff is what. Cora.
I have a duffel bag that says my name on it. Is it okay? Do I have to write?
No. Griffin.
What should I do if it's like, if the duffel bag is like really large and a piece of tape would just like look like something? Could you like take a small piece of paper and then write your name on it, or just?
Would you be able to identify your bag from the other bags?
I think so. It's like, it's green or blue one, and it's big, and it's one of those like, it's Patagonia or something else. It's one of the big duffel bags.
So if you can, I can identify my bag, so I don't need to write a label on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But if I was to put all of my things in a big trash bag, which is a great way to go, then yes, go ahead and add some tape to it. And I have duct tape for trash bags. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Welcome, Damien. Did you check in at the office? Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with sleeping gear. So, this is my sleeping gear. It's also, I could put this all in a giant trash bag. So I have this big stuff sack. It works great. A giant trash bag also works great too. If you want to use a trash bag, remember, coming home, you need a second trash bag so that we can still label your things and we can find them when you get off the bus when we return. So if you pack in a trash bag, bring a second one for the way home. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. Some of my things are a little bit mixed up, so that's why Ella's here to help me. Are you ready, Ella? Okay, I've got a towel. What would that be under?
It's on the other side. Toiletries.
Somewhere here.
It's on the other side. Yeah, it's on the other side.
Oh.
It's the second one on toiletry and personal items.
And with my towel, I also really like to have a little hand towel that I'll take to and from the bathroom with me. And then a washcloth. So those are my towels.
You have a whole set of the same one. I like that.
I have a sleeping bag. I have, what is this? Everyone must have a sheet. If you don't have a sheet, this is just a regular sheet. I don't have a twin size sheet. This is a queen size sheet. I can just put it on top of my bed and tuck in the sides. So whatever size sheet you have, it's okay. We'll just tuck it in underneath. Mardell.
What if your sheet is a part of your over blanket? Like I have like the sheet is like so like around my comforter or something like that, and it's like part of the bigger blanket that I put on myself.
So you need a sheet to go on the mattress.
Like a plate.
These are mattresses that kids sleep on from all over. So it is most sanitary to put a sheet down to protect yourself from the germs that might be there, as well as leaving germs behind. So everybody needs a sheet. You with me? Okay. And then I have a pillow. I'd be really sad if I didn't have a pillow. And I have a pillowcase on it. So this is what I need for sleeping. One other thing, and this is optional, one thing is I find that the beds are kind of hard. You don't need this. It's not on the list. But if you want to bring a sleeping pad to put on top of it, you can do that too if you want to be a little more comfortable. But you do not need to bring that. Okay, Ella, how are we doing? Okay. Bag is soft, Eton. My duffel bag can get squished. So if you have a big, hard suitcase, we can't squish it down and pack it with other things. So if you do not have a duffel bag and all you have is a suitcase, pack everything in a trash bag because it will squish down and we need to have as much space as possible. Greta. Absolutely, yes. And we will just make sure that on Wednesday we label it. So I'm going to open up Crocs. Crocs are really comfortable. They're great for walking around the dorms. The tile floor in the bathroom is very cold. These are a great option for walking around in the dorms. It's also really helpful when kids take their boots off when they come into the dorm area because then the floor stays dry. Crocs will also keep your feet from getting wet if somebody tracks snow inside. Cora.
My mom also told me that you can bring like Crocs or flip-flops for the showers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Griffin.
Could I bring a pair of slippers?
Sure. Tennis shoes. We will be spending our time at the Old Mammoth School. We will not be walking to the lodge. Everyone should just have a pair of tennis shoes or a pair of Crocs for the lodge because we will be in the kitchen and everyone must have a closed-toed shoe. We will also have access to a gym so we can run and play in the gym while we're waiting for programs to start. So bring a pair of tennis shoes. How's it going so far, Ella?
Pair of shoes. Clothing.
Footwear. There's warm slippers.
Perfect. And with footwear, I have boots. What do you notice about my boots? What do you notice, Ricardo?
That they're long?
They are tall. The snow is very deep in Yellowstone, so it is good that my boots are tall because my snow pants will come over them. What else do you notice about my boots, Cora? They're waterproof. The temperatures have been warm. It might be muddy or it might be really wet. If I was to wear these boots, would my feet probably get wet and be cold?
Yeah.
They're waterproof, so it keeps the water from getting in to making my feet wet and then cold. Jade.
They have a good amount of traction so you don't
You guys see that? Good traction, right? I'm able to walk and not slip and fall. Very good. Jasper. If you don't have these exact boots, get something like them. The boots that you're wearing right now are perfect. The boots that you're wearing right now are perfect. Cora's boots, too short. And our big warm winter boots. Sound good? Okay. Where are we at? So again, in the dorms, we are going from our bedrooms where we're sleeping to a shared bathroom. It's nice if you have a little kit like this that you're able to pack your things in. Oh, there's my toothbrush. Remember a toothbrush for all of our sakes, please. So toothbrush, I've got toothpaste, right? I like to floss my teeth, right? You know what you need. And then also too in here, I have lotion, shampoo, conditioner, and some coconut oil because your skin will get dry up there. I also have some soap, right? If you notice, did I bring my big bottles of soap and shampoo and conditioner from home? No. No, they're small. I put them in little travel bottles. I like to braid my hair, so I have a brush, right? A comb, right? So think about the things that you will need. You do not need to have a little kit like this, but if you just put it even in like a Brolin shopping bag, that works. That way you can carry your things to and from the bathroom. Okay, I've got a pair of warm pants. So you guys, every day we will be outside in the field, and then when we come back inside, we will be having an indoor class. So I've got some pants to wear inside for class and for playing. And then I have a couple t-shirts to wear for class in the evenings. Do you notice I didn't need to bring 5 t-shirts? Could I rewear those?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then I have a cozy fleece to wear for while we're in class, right? And I'm not wearing my big coat because it might be chilly in the old school. It's very cold. This is my long underwear, a pair of leggings, a pair of pajama pants. Those all work just fine for wearing underneath your snow pants. I only have 2 pairs. We will be in the field for 3 days. So one day they can dry out, right? One might get dirtier than the other. If you want to bring 3 pairs, bring 3 pairs. I only bring 2. Less is usually better.
Less is more.
It really is. So these are my base layers on the bottom, and then these are my base layers on the top. If you notice, are they made out of cotton? No, right? So they're synthetic. If all you have is something that's cotton, that's okay. We just need to manage how much you get hot and sweaty, because if we get sweaty, we get wet, and when we get wet, we get cold. And we are outside for 6 hours in the wintertime. So 2 base layers. These are just long sleeves, right? So these would be my base layers. Griffin.
Should we bring sunglasses in case it's
I'll get
sunny
there.
and some
I'll get there.
snowblare?
I'll get there. I've got a fleece. Some days might be colder than others, you guys. Some days might be warmer than others. If it's a really cold day, I'll wear this over one of my base layers. Does that make sense? So this would be a fleece that I could wear over my base layers. Here are my pajamas, right? I wear grandma pajamas. My husband makes fun of me, but pajamas are great. You will be sleeping in a room with other people. I might have to come walk down the hall and help a kid who's sick. I need to be wearing pajamas when I sleep. We must be modest. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So bring pajamas. that are modest. Okay, socks. Your teacher loves socks. For me, I have one pair of tall, clean socks for each day that I'll be out in the field. I want my socks to come up and be tall because my boots are tall. When I have socks on that are short and I'm walking with my boots, my socks will start creeping down inside and there'll be lots of snow, you'll be in snowshoes, and it doesn't feel very good. So if you only can get one pair of socks, that's okay, but have one pair of tall socks that you can wear because they will help you while you're hiking. Also too, remember, we'll be out in the field all day, so these are my socks we're wearing in the field. And then when we come back and we're inside for the evenings, I've got a pair of clean socks for each night to wear with my tennis shoes. One last thing, my feet get so cold at night, I have one pair of sleeping socks. So these go right with my pajamas, and I will never wear these out in the field. I just use them for sleeping. Does that make sense? Okay.
Back to you.
So Cora said, while we're in school and it's learning time, could we bring something that's cozy? I'm okay with whatever you're comfortable in. I'm comfortable wearing those pants. I chose them because they're warm. Does that make sense? But if you have a pair of sweatpants you'd like to wear while we're in our classroom time in the morning and in the evenings, absolutely. I just have a pair of pants to wear that's not my snow pants. The reason is when we come back from the field, we might be pretty wet. So we'll take all of our clothes in the dorms and we will hang them. Does that make sense? And then we will go out for the next one. Okay, here's my pack. So on the outside, I've got a baseball cap. You might think, Mrs. Doeberl, it's winter time. I don't need a baseball cap. What is so great about this is when it is snowing, you don't get snow in your face, so I like wearing my hat when it is snowing.
It's for the trail. There's a trail over there.
This is my backpack. What do you guys notice about my backpack? What do you notice about it? What do you notice about my backpack? Leo? It's comfortable, right? If you have a school backpack, that works. That's awesome. You don't need to go out and get a fancy backpack. I chose a backpack that's a little bit bigger than my usual backpack. Jade?
It's large.
It's pretty large, absolutely. Kate.
You can carry your stuff in it.
I can put all my stuff in it. Ava?
That has like a waist belt.
I've got a little waist belt, which is kind of a nice feature. We don't have to have that, but that's really nice. Ella?
You can hike in it?
I can hike in it, right? Okay, I'm gonna keep moving. Great noticing. Yeah. Who knows what these are? Ty?
They're poles.
They're hiking poles. You do not need to bring poles, but each day you will have the option when we get our snowshoes to get a pair of poles. When you are walking in deep snow, it is nice to have some poles. Ty?
What if we do have our own poles? Could we bring those?
Yes. Mardell?
What if our parents have all this equipment because they like do hiking and running walks?
Then you can bring your own stuff. Absolutely. I'm sharing this with you because if you have your own poles that are comfortable, you're welcome to bring them. Presley?
Can we bring like ski poles?
Yeah, ski poles work, absolutely. You don't need to because we'll have ski poles there. Does that make sense? Jasper?
Since it's 2 different classes, do we bring our guys in on different days?
Yes. So the Doeberl homeroom will bring their stuff in next Wednesday, and then the Rodriguez homeroom will bring it in the following Wednesday. So while we're away in Yellowstone, you guys will bring your stuff in that Wednesday. Does that make sense? Jenny.
Which class is going first to Yellowstone?
So the Doeberl homeroom will go on the 10th. We'll get back on Friday. And then the Rodriguez homeroom will go that following Monday, the 17th. Good question. Okay. So I like to, please listen. I like to put things in logical places. So here I have my sunglasses. Okay? If you do not have sunglasses, please tell us. The snow is three-dimensional. Those three-dimensional snow crystals reflect the light into your eyes, and it can really hurt your eyes. So you must have sunglasses. You can get sunglasses at the dollar store for not very expensive, but if you have your own, please absolutely make sure that you pack them. And then if you don't have them, say, hey, Mom and Dad, I need a pair of sunglasses for Yellowstone. Leonelle.
What if my glasses turn into sunglasses?
Then you're good to go. Ty.
I have the same kind of question as Leo. Like, what if I have glasses for
fifth
vision
graders.
and they're photochromatic? Like, what if the lenses on my glasses are photochromatic and they can turn into sunglasses?
Then you're good. Cora.
Actually, you can make small ones.
Yes, you can get a bad injury to your eyes if you don't wear them in the winter when you're outside all day. Who knows what this is? Ava. It's a headlamp. It's got lots of different fancy functions, but everybody needs a light. Does that make sense? Shh, please listen. When we return from the school each day, Ricardo, and we're walking back into the dorms, it will be dark. If you do not have a flashlight or a headlamp, don't worry. You'll be with all of us. And so your chaperones will have a light, your friends might have a light. Don't worry if you don't have one, but if you do have one, please remember to bring it. Sound good? This is a big medical kit. So your grown-ups will have a medical kit. I don't need to go through all the things that are in here, but there's medicine, there's anything that I would need to help you while we're out in the field that day. Who knows what this is? Leo. A rain jacket. Sometimes the snow is very, very wet and warm. If you have a rain jacket, it doesn't hurt to bring it. It's a good one later too. Who knows what these are? Angeline. Snow pants, right? If you notice, my snow pants are waterproof, right? We're gonna be sitting in the snow to eat lunch. You might be kneeling in the snow to do field science. You need snow pants. Who knows what this is? Griffin.
Is it a shell or a windbreaker?
So it's a warm winter jacket.
It is?
It can be really, really cold. It's a shell, but it also it's like your winter jacket.
It's because my
It's like a ski jacket.
It looks like that because all of my snow clothes are like massive.
Yes.
But
Who knows what this does? Have you seen this before?
Oh.
Ricardo. Yeah. So I might wear this like this if it's really, really cold. If the wind, you guys, if it's really, really windy, you're gonna want to wear one of these because the wind will burn your skin and it will hurt. Yeah, you get wind burn. Water bottle. If you notice, my water bottle has a screw on and screw off lid. If my water bottle is upside down, it does not leak. You need at least one water bottle. You know how much water you drink in a day. If you need 2 water bottles, pack 2 water bottles. If you don't drink this much water and you like a smaller water bottle, that's okay too. But keep in mind, we're hiking and you're going to be exercising for 6 hours. How much water do you need? At least one of these. Cora.
Can you bring, like, for while we're hiking, I have...
1 second. Hey, 5th graders in the back, please join us.
Usually when I go hiking,
no camelbacks. The reason is because camelbacks can leak. And if you have your winter jacket in here and we're driving over to the lodge and your camelback, you didn't screw it on all the way, or there's a leak in it, all of a sudden everything in your pack is soaked. Also too, that hose, if it's cold, it freezes. So you won't even be able to access your water. And I'll show you, when you guys pack your water bottle, you want to pack it like this so that the snow and ice, right, don't form around the lid and it stays warmer with all the water here rather than up here, right? So we'll get into that when we're there, but definitely a water bottle. Hat. Your hat must cover your ears, right? It must be warm. Griffin.
Can I pack an empty like water bottle with the pop up and down thing, and then can I bring
Guys,
like a fanny pack to just put a water bottle in it?
You need a pack because you're going to be taking layers on and off. You will also be required to put your lunch in there. Like, you are taking care of yourself for the day. So you're going to be taking layers on and off. So you're going to need a pack. You're going to need to be able to put your lunch in there and pack out all your trash. Ava.
Also, like, if you have like a water bottle that you really like and like you don't want to like dent it or like ruin it or lose it, then you probably shouldn't bring that one. You should probably bring like a Nalgene or something that you won't like be extremely sad if you lose.
And don't bring metal ones.
So it's okay. You can bring a metal one. So take a look at this water bottle. Is this a good idea to have in your backpack?
I think I know who that was.
Jenny.
Would this be a good water bottle to have in my backpack? So if I was to spill this one over, it doesn't spill. I'm not going to do it for this one because I know it would spill because it has a straw. Does that make sense to you guys? Yeah. Okay, where are we at? You know that your sleeping bag is not warm. You can bring an extra blanket. If you do not have a sleeping bag, bring your big comforter from your bed at home. We will be sleeping in dorms. We will be sleeping where there is heat. So you do not need to have a sleeping bag. If you have one, they pack down really small. They're great for traveling, but they're not necessary. You just need a warm blanket to sleep with. Does that make sense? Okay. Kleenex. Eyes. We are outside in the winter. Oh, where's my Kleenex? Outside in the winter, your nose will run. It will run and run and run when you get back. If you want to get some Kleenex, like in a small little packet, to put in your pocket while we're hiking to make sure you just pack it back out. But bring Kleenex. I will bring what's called a hanky, and I'll just use that throughout the day because my nose will run a lot. So know that your nose will run. So bring Kleenex. Okay.
What about the optional items?
And then we have, so the other thing too, I will pack these. We'll be out in the field all day. And so there's no pencil sharpeners. So Profe Javi and I will give you a mechanical pencil. That way you're able to basically just sharpen your pencil by hitting a button. Does that make sense? So everyone will be given by Profe Javi and I a mechanical pencil to have, and we'll put that in our backpack. Griffin.
Can I bring my own?
Sure. Ty.
I really like drawing and I have a sketchbook, so could I bring that to try to like draw
Yes.
something? Yes. Bring it.
Okay. I forgot one pocket. So here's my last pocket. Who knows what these are? You guys. Yes. If you know that you get cold, pack these. Hand warmers, foot warmers. I get cold, so I'm going to make sure that I pack these. Griffin.
I burnt my foot on a pair of toe warmers.
Yeah.
Like it was red.
Okay, back. Okay, that's a story. We're just gonna keep moving. So hand warmers and toe warmers if you know you get cold. These are a great thing to have. Please listen. I have a pen, right? This is what I'll use instead of my pencil. That I like. I'm like Griffin. I like my own thing. Quick reaction. So I always carry Benadryl with me. So that's one of the other things that I know about me. Thing, I've got chapstick. This chapstick also has sunscreen in it. It sounds kind of gross, but I'll use this chapstick all over my face and on my lips. This sun will burn your lips. The wind will burn your lips. You must have this. Profiant and I will also have some Aquaphora with us. So if your lips get really chapped, if your hands get really chapped, we can give you some of that too. One last thing, when I'm exercising in the cold, I have asthma, right? So I have an inhaler. This is one of those things where it's a gray area. So if you have asthma and you carry an inhaler like me, I'm gonna let you keep it with you while you're in the field for the day. This is how it works. You can't leave it in your pocket and in your backpack. It will get too cold. You must put it in a pocket that's close to your body. Does that make sense? So those of you who carry an inhaler, you'll carry it with you in your pocket and you'll use it when you need it. When we get back from the field, you give it back to your teacher. Does that make sense? Fifth graders, join us. So that's medication. Anything else? Do you guys have any other questions? Soraya.
On the bus ride, it's really long, right? So, if you want like a book or like coloring stuff or even
Yes.
do you put it in like a separate bag that you can bring on to the bus with you, or do you still put it in your big duffel bag?
So if you have stuff that you want for the bus ride, put it in your backpack.
Okay,
So
backpack will be with us.
your backpack will stay with you. So in my backpack, I'm gonna make sure that I've got my water bottle, I've got my lunch, I've got the things that I want for the bus, that I have a jacket with me. Heaven forbid the bus break down, but if we need to, you need to be able to have your jacket. You do not need to put your extra jackets and your snow pants on the bus with you. You can pack those in your duffel. Sound good? Mardell.
What if sometimes you like get kind of homesick and you don't have like a stuffy? Are we allowed to bring a stuffy?
Yes. 100%. Eyes. If you know that you have something that's gonna make you feel more comfortable while you're sleeping, yes, bring it. Bring a stuffy. Bring that blanket. Right? Dave.
Can you like use your breathing pillow on the bus so you can like relax on your seat?
Absolutely, yes. Yes, and yes. Just make sure, Dave, that that pillow is here on that Wednesday before you leave. And then when we're going out, just say, hey, I'm gonna keep my pillow on the bus. Does that make sense? Greta.
Can you bring like little blankets on the bus?
Absolutely. Yes. Sometimes the bus is cold. We have the coolest bus driver. We have Miss Amy. She came with my team last year. I'm really excited to have her again this year. She's so great. She doesn't keep the bus too hot or too cold. It's really nice. But sometimes the bus might get cold. Soraya.
How long is the bus ride? 6 hours.
Anywhere between 5 and 7 hours. So we like to say it's about 6 hours. Please listen. Listen. Soraya just asked a great question. Our bus ride is about 6 hours. We will stop to use the bathroom, please sit up, every 1 to 2 hours. So yes, keep drinking water, eat snacks on the bus. We will stop and there will be bathroom breaks as we go up there. Any other questions? Ava.
Are you allowed to like keep gum in your pack just in case like you know like lunch is not for like another like an hour, like 2 hours, but you just need something to chew on. You can just pack it down in your pack.
That's a great question, Ava. The question, eyes. Can I bring gum? And I'm going to say absolutely not. No gum at all. We have no gum allowed at school, and there's no gum on Yellowstone for 2 reasons. One is the wrappers can go all over the place, and 2 is if the gum doesn't make it in the trash can, it can destroy property that's not yours, and if an animal eats it, it can hurt them so bad it could actually kill them. So absolutely no gum. If you're like me and you like to eat little mints or cough drops, I'm going to ask that you're very respectful with your trash, that you have a space in your pocket that you're putting trash in that you know you're going to empty each day, because we need to make sure that our trash doesn't go into nature. Cora.
Will we be sleeping in cabins or dorms?
Dorms. Ty.
On the bus rides, do you get to choose where you sit?
Yes. However, Ty, if you're on the bus and you're standing up, if you're on the bus and you're being too loud, if you're on the bus and you're not following the rules, you will get to sit with your teacher for 10 minutes. And then you'll get to try again. And if it doesn't work, then you'll get to sit with your teacher for 20 minutes. And if it doesn't work again, you'll get to sit with your teacher for 30 minutes. So it's up to you, Ty, how much you want to sit with your teacher on the bus. Eyes. So for the Doeberl homeroom, we have your amazing mom, Mrs. Anderson, driving up a big van. So she will take a big load off of us from having to fit stuff in the bus, as well as Greta's dad will be driving up a truck. So having these adults be able to bring gear up for us is going to make more space for us on the bus. But I'm not sure yet. Mardell.
Could we bring Tic Tac breakfast in a pocket? Yeah. Okay. So we should have a pocket or a bag that we just stuff cash in, and we don't want cash get anywhere else. So just keep it in safe places.
Exactly. Cora.
So my mom, she might be driving, but I don't know. Are you allowed to ride with your parents if they're
That's up to you and your mom. However, if Presley wanted to ride with you, we're not going to let that happen. Does that make sense? So if you wanted to just ride with your parent, that's okay. But we're not going to have more than just that parent's child ride with them. You know, Angel and Kate and Jenny.